Hey, what's good, YouTube? It's your boy Mugen from Infinite Racing, and I'm not gonna call this a vlog. I don't think today this is a vlog. This is a video that I wanted to post. I wanted to do for a while now. It's called "My Car is Cursed." My 2008 Acura RL is cursed. I am convinced. I'm convinced this car is cursed. I'm very certain this car is cursed. I don't know what type of voodoo spell or black magic has been placed on this car, but I'm really convinced that this car might be cursed. So let me explain to you guys real quick why I'm convinced that this car is cursed. It's a couple of reasons why. All of them involve the fact that my car I've owned this car for less than a year. In a couple of months, it will be a year. And this car has seen more auto body shops than I don't know. This car has seen more auto body shops than probably the average car. Like, within a year span, I've probably had to take this car to an auto body shop to get fixed about 4 times. I would say, yeah, about 3-4 times. And it's crazy because most of the reasons why, pretty much all the reasons why, weren't really my fault. It could not be helped. I had no control over it. So I'm going to explain to you the first couple of reasons, starting with my cursed front bumper. Yes, my cursed front bumper. Story 1. Basically, a month after I got this car, you know, I'm loving it. I'm loving this car. Just a month after I got this car. I got this car in August. September, I'm coming out of a friend's house. I had spent the night at a friend's house, and basically they lived like a block away from a school, and the teachers park on her block. So my bad, I get distracted easily. Anyway, so teachers park on her block. So a teacher is parking in front of my car, and she claims from the conversation that I had with her, from the conversation that I had with her, she claims that she was parking and something distracted her, and basically she backed into my car. She backed into the front of my car right here on the driver's side, on the left side. And when I went to my car and I went to go home, I had no idea that this had happened. So I drove all the way home. There was a letter on the windshield of my car, and I was looking at the letter the whole time. I wondering what it was. And by the time I got home, I had to go to work. I had to get ready for work. And I got out my car, and as soon as I picked up the letter, it said, "If you're reading this, please call the person's name and their number." And at the same time as I read that, I looked right down come on, man. Like I was saying, as soon as I read that, I looked right down at my car, and I seen the damage. Luckily, she was honest about it. She paid for the repairs. She preferred me to an auto body shop, and she had everything repaired, and that was that. Now, number 2. So this goes by a month later. I'm driving to work. I'm on the highway. I'm behind a car, and the car in front of me, it runs over something. Till this day, I do not know what it ran over. It just ran over something. Till this day, I don't know what it was. And it went flying under my car. And my car is low, so I knew it was going to hit something at the bottom of my car. It just went flying under my car. So basically, it cracked my oil pan. And I think there might have been some transmission leakage. I'm not sure. But it definitely cracked my oil pan. I seen it when I arrived at work. I seen it was a whole bunch of oil, and I had to leave my car there because I had no oil in my car. So my dad told me he was gonna come and get it, so to leave it there. So we left it there overnight in my job's parking lot. So my dad came and got the car in the next morning, and he had a friend with a truck, and they had a U-Haul ramp. And basically there were these two metal pins on each side of the U-Haul ramp, and my dad pushed the car onto the ramp without taking down the pins. So when he pushed my low car onto the ramp, the pins sliced through both ends of my front bumper, and that was how I went through bumper number 1. So basically, long story short, I had to replace that front bumper. So now let's talk about how we went through bumper number 2. So I got my new bumper, got it replaced. After the first incident with my dad, I got my new bumper. I'm feeling good about my car again. December 31st, day before New Year's Eve. I'm going to work early so I can leave work early so I can spend my New Year's however I want to spend it. So I'm driving to work normally. I'm on a 3-way road, and to the right is the service lane, and we were coming up to an entrance. You know how there's an opening to get onto the service lane in case you want to make a right turn onto a main road. So we're approaching that area. I'm on the lane where you will be able to go onto that service lane if you wanted to. So I'm driving behind a big bulky taxi. I can't see in front of me because the taxi is huge, and my car being low, that's already a disadvantage. I can't see over most cars, especially Jeeps, trucks, and stuff like that. I can only see to the side of me. So I'm behind this taxi, and all of a sudden the taxi just comes to a complete stop. I smashed my brakes. Too late. Car kept rolling, went right into the back of the taxi. So basically what ended up happening was, what actually happened was, it was a 3-way accident caused by a car that decided he wanted to force his way into our lane and force his way into the service lane. So the very car in the front basically got cut off because the guy, whoever it was, forced his way over, and he did it late too. He had no time. He just basically cut that car off, and that car had to come to a halt. She had to smash her brakes, and the taxi in front of me had to smash his brakes, and I had to smash mine, and it became a 3-way collision. That's how that happened. And basically I had to replace, this was the most expensive repair ever. Basically my hood was bent forward, the bumper was done, my headlights, my very expensive smart headlights were destroyed, and that is how I went through bumper number 2, you know, along with other stuff. Now I got everything fixed, and this is where more cursed stuff happens. At that time there was another snowstorm. This is before I even got my car fixed. This is during the time of the whole insurance thing, and we were getting everything figured out, and we got hit by a snowstorm in New York and New Jersey, you know, the tri-borough area, just the whole, yeah, we got hit by a snowstorm. And this was a bad snowstorm, so bad that I had to leave my car parked up on the street for a while until the storm was over so I can shovel it out and everything, because I couldn't drive on the snow. Even though this is an all-wheel drive, it was just, you know, just to be safe, I did not want to drive my car, so my car was parked on the street. So basically what happened here, to the back of the car, basically what happened here was, I didn't see it. I don't know who seen it. I don't know who done it, but there's a huge paint mark on the back of my car, the back bumper, the rear bumper. Somebody, you know, bumped into the back of my car, scratched it up all on the driver's side, and decided they were going to just drive off. You know, I'm not surprised. Not everybody's honest. That first time was just luck, because I don't know anybody that would have done that. Just be honest and pay for the damages. So after I got my car fixed, I had seen that, because At first I thought it was I don't know, I thought it was dirt or something, because you should have seen the chunk of black that was on my bumper, that it didn't even look like paint. It was just a huge chunk of black. So I was able to peel some of it off, and there was no damage under it. So I didn't think it was, you know, paint. So I thought it was just some like black goo or something caused by the snow, the dirty snow. I didn't know it was a damage. Plus, you know, my car being dirty because of the snowstorm, I couldn't see the underlying scratches on the paint until I had got the car clean later on. So after I had fixed my car, the front of my car, from that accident, basically that's when I went and got the car cleaned, and I seen all of the damage on the back. And that is, you know, the rear damage. That is story what, number 3? That's number 3, right? Now let's get to the last part. My windshield. We had a second snowstorm, I believe, and when was the snowstorm? It was a second or third snowstorm. We just had a lot of snowstorm. We had a lot of snow. I think this was in February or March. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on this one. February or March. And, you know, my car got snowed in. And I was shoveling it. I had to shovel the car out. Me and my friend were shoveling our cars out. And basically what happened, I believe happened, I have cracks on my windshield from the inside. And basically what I believe happened is because of the windshield was so cold, when I turned on the defroster, it, you know, heat and cold don't mix, and it ended up cracking the inside of the windshield, the inside windshield. It's not cracked on the outside, it's cracked on the inside. So it's just like more and more problems keep occurring, and I'm just convinced that this car is cursed. Because if you really heard my story, it's not really about me driving or me doing anything in particular to cause all this damage. It's just a string of bad luck. And it's just crazy because I love this car, but I hate it at the same time because it's just so much I'm dealing with this car. And this is my first car. This is my first purchase, the first car in my name. And it's just ridiculous what I go through with this car. But nonetheless, I love it. I have things that I plan on doing with this car. It's my daily. Even though I plan on getting a second car, but that's going to be a project car or something. But, you know, this is my cursed 2008 Acura RL. I wouldn't give it up. You know, at least not right now. I wouldn't give it up. I still love this car. It's still, you know, it's still a thrill to, you know, to have this car. This is what I had wanted. I handpicked this car. I searched for this car. And, you know, sometimes things happen. But that was it. I just wanted to share with you guys my cursed car. You know, if you guys really think my car is cursed, or you think it's just my driving, or I'm just irresponsible or something, you know, leave a comment and tell me what you guys think, and I'll get back to you on that. This is Mugen from Infinite Racing, bringing to you, you know, a new video. You know, I wish I could have vlogged a little bit, but I know it's been a while since I released anything. I'm working on that. It's just been a lot of things I've been dealing with, so I haven't been able to make any new videos, but I got some stuff coming up. Look forward to that. Leave a comment, subscribe, like. Peace.